So today I'm going to do a very brief tutorial on a very popular hairstyle, which is faux locks. So this is a very popular hairstyle amongst not only the natural community, but also a lot of relaxed girls are also doing it. And I did start off with the crochet ones. They're actually quite a bit thinner than these, and you just braid your hair, crochet it, and pull them through. And I mean, it's a lot faster. I think you do those in about 3 hours, but I didn't like the look of them. To me, they were just too uniform. And I used to have locks several years ago, and locks are not uniform. I mean, I think the messiness is part of what makes locks locks. So I went back and kind of created my own method. And I don't know if anybody's ever done this. I didn't really look it up. I just kind of tried out something, and hopefully you guys can try it out too, or you'll like this tutorial and be able to try it out yourselves. It's very simple. It did take me about 7 hours. I did it over the course of 2 days, and I think part of it was because I started late at night and it caused me to get really tired. And you know, when you get tired, you start to slow down. So I'm also going to show you guys what I did before I put the locks in, just to prepare my hair for this protective style, because before you put your hair in any kind of protective style, you want to make sure that your hair is properly washed, you know, cleansed, moisturized, so that it doesn't break off whenever you braid it or do any kind of protective style. So the hair that I use, this is my favorite brand. I also use this just for my regular crochet braids, where I just put in the loose hair and kind of put it on rods, is this one. It's at my local beauty supply store. It's Super Kinky Bulk Nubian Twist. I usually get color 1B, but they were out of 1B, so I used 1 this time, which is fine because for your locks, I mean, it doesn't really matter what color you use. And at my beauty supply store, it's about $5.99 a pack, I think. And then you can probably get some ones that are a little bit cheaper, but this hair, it comes with 2 bundles per pack. So honestly, it has been a great deal, and it holds pretty good. So like I said, these are a little bit thicker than the ones that you do where you buy them, and they've got a lot of texture, which I really love. It is heavy. I use about 4 to 4.5 packs of hair all together, and I have no idea how many there are in there. A lot. But I love it. I think it looks very natural, even though obviously if you know what faux locks are, then you know what they are. But some people, I mean, I guess they look natural. Well, anyway, so I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so the first thing I do is take my black tea mixture. It's just black tea mixed with tea tree oil and some warm water, and I spray it on my scalp and my hair just to help. It adds moisture to your hair. I've been having a lot of scalp issues with all these weather changes, so it seems to really help with dandruff. The caffeine in the tea really helps with your scalps as well. So you just spray that all over your hair and your scalp. And this is before I wash my hair. And then you want to massage it into your scalp, and the massage is also really good for helping with growth. So then I'm going to take the last bit of my black tea, wash my hair, rinse it with just the regular tea rinse, and then rinse it out again. I use the Metabolism Growth Oil all over my scalp and on my ends a little bit. And then I use the Cantu Shea Butter Leave-In Conditioner Cream as my moisturizer. This is the LOC method, which is liquid first, then oil, then cream. So here we're putting the oil on our scalp, rubbing it in, and then we're going to put the cream all over our hair. And one of the good things about the black tea rinse is that it really helps so that you don't have to do as much with detangling. Like my hair was not tangled at all. There were no knots. I didn't have to go through it with the comb. Alright, so now we're going to get started with the actual lock method. So you want to make your section and just detangle the hair with the wide tooth comb. And I will say these are about medium-sized sections because my locks are a pretty good size. You don't want them to be too small because then it'll be too much weight for your hair and it'll cause breakage, but don't want them too big and then they won't be proportionate. So once you've got your section, you want to just do a regular single braid. And it doesn't have to be super tight at the root, but you do want it to be pretty close. Just leave it enough space so that you can get your latch hook in there without it being too tight. And once you braid down just a few stitches, you can 2-strand twist the rest of the way down. Okay, now once you got your 2-strand twist / braid created, you're going to need your latch hook. And then you want to get you a section of hair. I try to find the smaller sections in my pack. And then you're going to take your hook through the root of your braid, attach the hair to the hook, close the latch, pull it through, leaving a knot on the end. Then you want to pull your hair as well as the braiding hair through the loop and pull it tight. Not super tight, but just tight enough so that it's not going anywhere at the end. You're going to use your hair as the third strand of the braid, and then you're going to braid this all the way down until you get to the end of your own hair. Once you've reached the end of your hair, it's time to start your wrapping method. So for this method, you're going to take one piece of the hair, put the ends together, keeping your loop on the end. You're going to create a little tail kind of with your braid. And you're going to wrap 2 times tightly. This is just to get it started so that it does not slip off of your braid. 2 times up tightly, then you'll start to wrap down a little bit looser. As you wrap down, you're going to want to start to push it up as you go. This also helps to create the chunkier look for your braids. For your locks. This helps to create the chunkier look for your locks. So you just want to continue wrapping and pushing as you go. Once you get down to the end of your first piece of hair, you want to leave a little tail. Grab another section of hair, do the same exact way, put your ends together, make a little tail, wrap 2 times up tightly just so that you hold your spot and it won't slip off. And then start wrapping loosely downward while pushing up at the same time. You'll continue that all the way down until you get to the full length that you want your braid. Find one of those last pieces, one of the end pieces, and wrap it upwards. This is not the piece that you used to wrap down. This is just the piece that was part of your braid. So you're going to wrap it up, and the good thing about the Marley hair is that it will attach to itself. Then you'll take your lighter and you're just going to burn down the sides as well as the bottom. So unfortunately at this point my camera did die, but basically I just repeated that method all over my head. The easiest thing to do, which I learned will make it go a lot faster, was to go ahead and pre-separate or section off your hair and go ahead and braid those sections about 3 or 4 stitches, and then do your crochet, twist it down and then do your crochet and braid that, and then you'd have each section ready to go when you're ready to wrap it. And it did seem to make time go by a little bit faster. But basically that's it, you guys. Like I said, it did take quite a few hours to get it done because I was quite tired. But I love them. I love how chunky they are, and they're not super long. They're not super long, but they are cute. They're perfect. They're just long enough to pull up for the gym. It does take like a couple of hair ties and maybe some bobby pins sometimes. I did wear an updo the other day where I just took them all up and pinned them, and they're very versatile. And this method is very bendy. Like you see some of them that are very stiff. These aren't stiff at all. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that video, and if you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe.